what it do? We got the worst little part of the college football season is here, the award time where no real games are going on pretty much. So all we can do is talk. I think this door is cracked, but all we can do is talk. But who is that? I felt like some of the award, like, I know people gonna say I'm hating because it's Ohio State. I didn't feel like Marvin Harrison Jr. deserved the Bolitnikoff. I just didn't feel like it. What is it? I think Neighbors. I think that's how you say his name, from LSU, and Odunze. I don't know how you say these guys' names, but I felt like either one of them deserved a Bolitnikoff over him. And that's not to say, and I know somebody's gonna say, man, they can't. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a great talent. He's an unbelievable super talent. He's an unbelievable super talent. But he ain't a dog yet. He's not a dog. He's just not. So he was targeted a lot with Kyle McCord. And what would you call it? He had about the same stats as he had last year with CJ Stroud. So, to me, he's just not a dog yet. Just like in the Michigan game. On that first interception. He quit on the route. You know what I'm saying? Lazy route, lazy effort, interception. He fights harder. He fights harder for that ball. It's probably not an interception. Or he can knock it down. Just like, whatever. But yeah, I just didn't feel like he deserved the Bolitnikoff. Honestly, I felt like that was a lifetime achievement award or something. Like, well, he's the most talented receiver. I mean, he's good. Come on, guys, give it to him. But that's just how I feel. I feel like for these awards, I feel like you need the stats to justify. You know what I'm saying? If you're that great, it don't matter that you got Kyle McCord as your quarterback. Kyle McCord ain't that bad. Let's be real. He's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for these awards, you got to have the stats to back it up. It don't matter that you're going to be a a top 10 pick. Where the stats to back up that you that dude? If you that dude, let me see the stats to go with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way like Rashawn Gary when he was coming out. Oh, you that dude, you finna be a top pick. You win defensive end of the year? Boy, you ain't did nothing to deserve that. That's if that happened. You get what I'm saying? Boy, you ain't deserve that award. You don't barely be getting no sacks. Oh, he's the anchor. He's the anchor in Don Brown's scheme. Man, get the fuck out of here. I want to see some sacks. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear about some sacks. I'm stopped right now because somebody said, you driving and you reading comments? I'm stopped right now, so let me see. John Stoops, good comment, bro. Yeah, they ain't that bad. Michigan made them look worse than they were. And I'll say the pressure of the game hurt both of them. But it really hurt Kyle because I don't think he's just that dude for a big time program. I don't think it would have mattered where he was at, whether he was at Ohio State with the pressure, maybe at Michigan, because we'll lean on the run game, but you still gonna have to make some big time throws. So maybe, but Bama or Georgia, he ain't ready for the big time stage. The pressure is just too much. You know what I'm saying? For him, it's just too much. But yeah, for these awards, I had some people saying like, Marvin Harrison Jr. He should have won the Heisman. Like, nah, all right, now you getting ridiculous. Now you're getting ridiculous. Now I'll give you the Bolitnikoff. I'll give you that just to give you something. Like, okay, but the Heisman, like, I don't know what you drinking. What you drinking? Vodka for breakfast? What you drinking? Jaeger? What, you done had a Jaeger bomb for breakfast, boy? You don't get out of here talking that nonsense. My stats ain't even. These awards are stat awards. Like, you have to have the stats to back it up for the most part, especially the Heisman. That dude from LSU got 50 TDs. Marvin Harrison Jr. has 14 TDs. If you don't get out of here talking nonsense, like, he's not even leading the country in catches, receptions, yards, or touchdowns. Like, get out of here. That dude from LSU is putting up big numbers. Like, I'll be crazy with this stuff they be saying, bro. Like, I get it, but come on. Like, come on. Man got 14 touchdowns. This dude got 50. You think he finna win the Heisman over him? That dude from LSU is a monster. The stats he's putting up, for real. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, people getting their fandom. Like, dude is putting up numbers. Like, they had to give it to him pretty much, just off the sheer ridiculousness of his numbers. When you get up to the 50 touchdown range, and I think Joe Burrow had 60. That's insane. The dude had about 60 touchdowns. When you get up to 45, 50, that's ridiculous. Like, you are putting in some work at quarterback, whether that's with your legs, your arms, both of them. You know what I'm saying? You, like, that's something serious. If he, like, this thing, I accounted for 50 touchdowns. He accounted for 14. His impact was bigger somehow because he's getting bracketed. I heard somebody tell me that. Like, come on. But yeah, you know, what else going on? The transfer portal's going crazy. So, transfer portal's going crazy, going insane pretty much. We're not really dealing with it that much as a Michigan fan because why would you? I know you'd want to enter, but we got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? Like, CJ Stroud entered the portal. I'm not sure the way it works, but just think if he entered the portal and we win a championship. We beat Bama, beat whoever else, and win a ring. Like, you're going to feel stupid. Like, you're going to feel stupid that you transfer. I don't care, even if I'm on the bench, bro. The fact that you in the playoff, you win the first game, and then you win the championship. Like, bro, just imagine the pageantry of, you know, being there, doing all that, and winning the championship, bro. Like, you're going to be sick. You're going to be sick. Like, for real, you're going to be sick. CJ Stokes would be sick if we win the championship and he misses out on all that. But, I mean, I get it. I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. But, you know, he could be sick. He could be sick. We win that championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be dope, you know? Even if you're not playing that much, just to be there when a team, you know. I know what he's thinking, like, we went last year. I went to the playoff last year. We didn't win it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I understand it. I'm stopped. Yeah, he got drowned. So I do understand it. I just wouldn't want to leave. I just wouldn't want to leave right now because we might win a championship. I don't want to miss out on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you can enter the transfer portal at a later date too, but I'm not sure. Maybe you had to. But you know, I get it. Last year he got his burn, and this year I ain't gonna front. This year we didn't see him really at all. I would have liked to have seen him, but you know the coaches get to see him every week. You know somebody gonna say that. I would have liked to see CJ Stokes get some burn, get some run. You know, just to see in game. I honestly, and when I saw that he transferred, I really forgot he was on the team. I ain't gonna front. I forgot all about dude. I forgot he was on the team. You know, we really ain't seen him like that. Like, last time I really remember seeing this dude play meaningful snaps was last year against Ohio State, where he was hitting the hole too fast and he was missing holes. Similar to what Donovan's been doing this year, honestly. Similar to what Donovan's been doing. But yeah, Mullins, I like Mullins. I ain't gonna front. I would have liked to see CJ Stokes a little bit more, but you know, he must be looking boo-boo in practice, honestly. Or he's fumbling. I know he had a little fumbling problem. But yeah, but besides us losing CJ Stokes, which I mean at this point is like, okay, I forgot he was on the team, honestly. Hadn't seen him at all. And that's crazy. That says a lot with how we were blowing people out most of the year. That says a lot. For real. But the transfer portal is going crazy. It's some real difference makers in the transfer portal. The leading rusher in the nation, I believe, is Gordon. I think he's at Oklahoma State. He's in the portal. Probably need to try to get him, honestly. Sorry, Donovan, but he looks like a Michigan back. We need that. We need him. You know, we need that every down back. Could be Mullins, but I got to see more out of him. Like, this dude is a complete back, you know. Try to get him. See, Michigan State's got a ton of players in there. Wouldn't mind seeing a few of them guys come on the team. That tight end, that 6'6" tight end they got, looks fat, but he's pretty good. So I wouldn't mind seeing him. There's just a ton of players, a ton of good players in the portal. So it'll be interesting to see where a lot of these dudes go. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Ohio State's running back, Chip Trayanum. Chip Trayanum is a Michigan back. I know he's from Ohio State. We can whatever, but hey, he's a stud. He's a stud if you gonna give him the ball. And the problem with them is Ryan Day, and this is why I try to tell him, he wants big plays. So Travion Henderson is a big play back, similar to Donovan. If you can get, you know, if it's blocked perfect, he gets in the open field. See ya. But they're not. I guess I'm forgetting these. I guess Travion is a better every down back this year than Donovan is, but they're both big play backs. Chip Trayanum is a every down back. Runs hard, strong, has good vision. Come on. I know. I'm gonna hit him with the Key and Peele, the Obamas. when Obama, come on over here. Come on over to the blue. Come on. We gonna embrace you and we gonna run that rock, brother. Come on. Forget that. That dude can help us. But it's just a ton of talent out there, you know. It's gonna be very interesting to see who Michigan decides to pick up, who they don't. I take Julian Fleming too. I ain't got no. He used to play for Ohio State. Man, I wanna use his hatred for Ohio State to fuel us to for another win. You know? JJ and Donovan wanted to go to Ohio State. Rod Moore wanted to go to Ohio State. But the fact that Ohio State disrespected them in recruiting fueled their fire to now they're making Ryan Day pay for his transgressions. They're making him pay for his transgressions of not recruiting them or not offering them. They're making him pay for that. Hey, JJ Donovan and Rod Moore, isn't it just wild how much they're fueling this? Basically, what we've done to Ohio State for the most part. They're fueling a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want them. They're not Ohio State guys. He ain't want them, and now they making just big play after big play on them. That's crazy. That is crazy. That has to bother him. That has to bother him knowing that he could have. These guys wanted to go to Ohio State, and you didn't want them, and now they went to Michigan, and they burning you. They burning you. Might cost you your job. One more year, or a below average year, and you lose to us. It's gonna cost you your job because you didn't want to recruit. You didn't offer these players that are studs. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, but I guess that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I mean, they program is kind of, I wouldn't say it's in shambles. I mean, I'd like to say it is, but it's in a big flux right now. You know, I'm always on watching they content, and they little beat reporters and stuff. They know what's going on. Like you can sense the angst in the question marks. You know, what did they say? You know, before the year, I used to say, "Who's your quarterback, Ohio State? Who's your quarterback?" Because they didn't know. You know, they didn't know. It doesn't matter. This is what they would say. It doesn't matter who our quarterback is. Ryan Day, whoever he picks becomes a top 10 pick. They ain't saying that this year. They ain't saying that this year. And I try to tell people, beware of thinking things stay the same forever. Just because he normally picks a good quarterback or there's a quarterback in the wing waiting, that don't mean it's going to be like that every time. But they didn't want to listen. I'm going to repost a lot of my old content because they don't be wanting to listen. I'm going to repost a lot of this stuff because you know I got to troll them. And they ain't been saying nothing. They ain't been posting no dancing videos and nothing. So I'm running low on troll content against them. You know, during the season it was weekly stuff. They was doing a little, and you know, it was just a ton of stuff for me to laugh at them about. Right now it's like, bro, I'm having withdrawals. I'm having withdrawals from not being able to troll them and laugh at them like I want to, you know. So, but let's see. We got the Michigan Bama. I've been doing my homework. That's why I haven't posted a video yet. I'm stopped. Let me see what. Yeah, it does. When you say it's in shambles, no, it's not. Well, when I watch y'all podcasts, y'all act like it's in shambles. So that's why that's really where I got it from. Because y'all act like it is. But what is it? Bama, Michigan. I've been really trying to dive into this game and look at not just look at it from a watching the game perspective, like, just watching it. I've been trying to, college football nerds it a little bit more and get into the actual some of the real stats of what their team is, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that gives you a better perspective also, you know what I'm saying? And then diving into the perspective of what are the stats of their team, of the teams they play. Like similar to how certain stats like Penn State's pass rush and Ohio State's pass rush. I've been diving into that, crunching the numbers on that, like, because Michigan gets quite a few sacks, honestly, if you crunch the numbers. So does Bama. But, early in the season, Bama, Milroe holds on to the ball long. Bama gives up sacks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to dive into, okay, what did they do against the certain opponents? Georgia didn't get that many sacks this year. As highly touted as we want to make Georgia didn't have that many sacks this year. You know what I'm saying? So just looking at things like that, there's some weakness in there. There's weaknesses in there. No team is perfect, There's weaknesses in there. But it's chess, it's not checkers. So Nick Saban knows their weaknesses the same way Jim Harbaugh and Sharon Moore know our weaknesses. It's about hiding your weaknesses so the other team doesn't exploit them, or they can't exploit them. That's where it becomes chess. So Bama and Michigan somewhat have troubles on the offensive line, tackles, you know what I'm saying? But it's about, okay, just like this, we still have trouble with our offensive tackles, but like Ohio State, they couldn't abuse that. They couldn't exploit it. JTT and Jack Sawyer and them dudes, they're not that good, honestly. They're not that good as pass rushers. They're not dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Now you go to Penn State, they got dynamic guys. They coming around that edge. You better get rid of it. You better see him coming. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference, Bama has dynamic pass rushers. Them boys is dynamic. I went through their sacks. They got a lot of sacks. Them boys got a lot of sacks. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of sacks and pressures. I was going through the list. I'm like, geez. I'm like, oh, okay, they ain't got that many. And then I realized I skipped over about 15 sacks. I'm like, good God. So, yeah, they got dynamic guys. So you really have to account for those guys and scheme for them. You have to game plan for them. But on the other side, Nick Saban and Tommy Rees, they got to do the same for us, because we've got quite a few. We've got a lot of sacks. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of sacks, and our boys can get after you the same way. Maybe not in the same way with dynamic on the edge, but our edge rushers, they get after it. They do get after it. You know what I'm saying? And the interior guys get after it. So the chess game is, what are they going to do? They're going to try to, Nick Saban's going to try to lean on that run game. I know Nick, and I said this before, he's going to lean on that run game early to see if he can lean on it. Okay, I can lean on my run game, make it easier on Milroe, because if he's constantly dropping back, trying to throw it, all right, now we pinning our ears back. Michigan's going to start pinning their ears back, and you're going to have all these confusing coverages that Milroe's going to have to try to dissect and deal with the pass rush. Okay, it could get ugly, and that's a for real. But if I can lean on my run game, and then I drop back to pass in spots, while I'm leaning on that run game and I'm dropping back in spots, I can see, okay, can we really block these guys? Oh, so we can run block them and we can pass block them? Okay. Okay. Second half, we about to get to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what Nick Saban gonna be thinking. Okay, second half, we about to get to it. Looks like we can run block them and pass block them. Playbook is wide open, y'all. Y'all want to blow out Michigan? You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be his game plan. You know what I'm saying? Run it, play action off of it. To see can we pass block these guys consistently, and then if they can, they gonna open that playbook all the way up. But on defense, it's similar to defense. They got the pass rushers. You got your edge rushers. They're dynamic at Bama. Corners. Their corners are good, but they're very handsy. And it's similar in that case. It's similar to TCU. TCU had good corners, but they're very handsy. And what that means is when you get downfield, when you got somebody in one-on-one coverage, or maybe even not, you let that thing fly. Because handsy corners are highly penalized corners. They're going to get that flag thrown on them because they too handsy. They're going to be looking to grab when the ball's in the air. They're going to be grabbing and holding. They ain't going to be looking for the ball. They're going to be running into you. So that's the thing. Jerome Moore, you can get after those corners in one-on-one coverage and matchups because they're so handsy. The ball's in the air. They're going to be grabbing and holding. You can get some free yards. You know what I'm saying? So that's something they can exploit. The same way with TCU. You know, we got the best corner, won the whatever award. Okay. You can exploit those dudes. Just because somebody win an award, that don't mean they the perfect player. You know what I'm saying? So Kool-Aid and them boys, you can let that thing fly. Get some of them free yards. And while you getting them, and when you do that, and they getting those penalties, it gets in their psyche now. It gets in their psyche. You know? Oh, they not just they gonna test me? Those penalties, as cocky as corners are, and I know because I was one, those penalties, and when you messing up, you got to shake it off, but you thinking about it. So that's another way. But where you really want to exploit them is the middle of the field. Middle of the field, they're the linebackers. You want to put their linebackers in coverage, because Loveland is a beast. You know, they did a good job against Brock Bowers, but Brock Bowers was injured. You know, Georgia was kind of limping into that game with McConkey and Brock Bowers. They weren't 100%. Them dudes were in and out the game, just fighting, trying to stay in the game. So those dudes showed some heart, but they were injured. You know, so they did a pretty good job on them, but they weren't 100%. So you want to create those matchups with Loveland, AJ Barner. And also you want to create those matchups going against those handsy corners. They want to grab and stuff so much. So if you put a tight end out there on one of them, you know they're going to be grabbing and holding as much as they can. That's just how they play. In which I don't knock that. I feel like our corners don't do enough at the line. I feel like our corners should be more physical and, you know, getting their hands on these receivers and doing, you know, trying to get them off track, trying to mess up the timing more. I feel like we give free releases too much on defense when we're playing tight. I feel like we give up way too many free releases. But yeah, so it's going to be crucial to get those guys to change up a little bit. You're going to have to throw some balls. You're going to have to throw some I got trust in my receiver and in myself to get some flags on them dudes, because you'll get them. But you got to have faith, because sometimes JJ don't even try to throw it deep or past 20 yards for the whole game. Like, bro, you didn't have no shot? You didn't have no deep shots? I don't believe it. So JJ gonna have to take his shots, because if he does, he's going to draw penalties on those dudes, because they're just too handsy. They're just too handsy of corners. You're gonna get those penalties, but you can't be afraid to take those shots. This ain't no I'm afraid game right here. This ain't no I'm afraid game. If you scared, don't sit on that sideline. This ain't no I'm afraid. I might miss the pass. I don't want to miss him. I'll throw it short because I don't want to miss it deep. This ain't that game. This ain't no, I don't want to, coach might take me out if this ain't that game. This a do you game. This a do you. Whatever makes you great, do it. And I feel like that's what's holding Donovan back a little bit. I've seen some plays where Donovan could have bounced it out and did what he does. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like he's in his head so much that sometimes he'll bounce it back inside and get those 4 yards just to make Mike Hart happy. It's a do you game, bro. Do what makes you that dude. You have to do what makes you great. What makes you a special player? It ain't running inside the tackles, Donovan Edwards. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. That ain't what makes you great, brother. What great makes you great is getting in that open field and you running away from everybody. That's your skill set. You know? You got to do what makes you great in this game. Everybody has to do what makes them great in this game. You know, it's actually I hate this layoff. I'm gonna keep it 100. I really hate this layoff. I really hate it. Not for the players. Just me as a fan, I hate it. I want to get to the game, you know. But honestly, I want to say that we weren't clicking all the way with what was going on, but it's hard to say that because we kind of were. I don't know. It's hard to say because we played the best teams on our schedule at the end of the year. So that's that. But the team needed the rest. JJ, I'm sure Blake needed a break. You know, the offensive line, those guys needed to heal up. Will Johnson, you know, a lot of those guys need to heal up. You know, a lot of those guys needed to heal up. And this gives time to iron out wrinkles. You know what makes me wonder? I wonder why a guy like Amarian Walker isn't on kick return. You know what I'm saying? That special teams has been bothering me. I know we got Samaj now back on punts, but it bothers me. Like, bro, we got too many explosive freak type dudes to not have a big time return specialist. There's no excuse for it. I don't care what anybody says. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for Thal being back there all year. There's none. Well, he's good at catching the ball. All these skilled dudes, we got nobody good at returning punts and kicks, and is smart enough to know when to catch it and when to let it go. Come on. What Chris Drew told me when we had a little one-on-one or whatever, that's a lazy take. That's a lazy take, guys. You know what I'm saying? we got somebody that's good at it. That's a lazy take. As many skill position players we got, there's no excuse for having a dude like Thal that can't give you anything in the return game back there. There's no excuse. The same thing goes for when we play Bama. There's no excuse for Thal to be back there. There's none. There's no excuse. Got too many explosive players for him to be back there. Like, get somebody back there that is smart enough to know when to come up and catch it, when to let it go, and can actually catch it, and that is dynamic. There's no excuse for him to be back there. I'm sorry. There just isn't. There's no excuse for it. Like, you got Amarian Walker. Cole Cabana should be healthy right now. Is Cole Cabana healthy? I hate that we don't get to see some of these dudes. I really would like to watch practice. Like, I would really like to watch practice. Cole Cabana, is he hurt or what? I mean, at this point, it's almost too late, but you want to stick to what you know kind of at this point. But kick return, at punt return's a little bit different. You know, that's, as Auburn saw, you can have a guy blow the game back there at punt return, messing it up for you. You know what I'm saying? So punt return's different. But kick return, I'd like to see somebody back there that can do something for real. That's not afraid to do something too. So if that's Samaj, I'd like to see Amarian Walker back there with all that speed. Why not? I miss these folks. They got me missing AJ Henning a little bit. I mean, now that Samaj is back there, a little less, but you know, early in the year they had me missing AJ Henning, and I know AJ Henning probably been missing Michigan after that. What happened at Northwestern? You know, went to Northwestern. They then lost Pat Fitzgerald. They done got hit with the weenie wash scandal. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, you know. But yeah, special teams, you want to be dynamic at that. I really got me missing Chesson and Darbo back there on kick return. Two elite speed receivers. Them boys was nasty back there, boy. But yeah, you know, we'll see who else leaves during the portal. Because I know once we win, once the season is actually over, we're gonna lose some more dudes to the portal. Hell, Darius Clemens. You want to get on the field? I know he's hungry to get on the field and do something. I'd really like to see him do something. I'd really like to see it. I've seen them have some stuff that looks like they want to go to him on some deep stuff. But I think it's on JJ to throw those balls. JJ's not throwing those deep balls. I'm watching him. JJ seems a little hesitant to throw those deep passes at this point in the year. Which is, for whatever reason, it is what it is, but I'm watching him. He seems a little hesitant. So I hope Kirk Campbell and Sharon Moore are understanding that and trying to iron those kinks out of him. This ain't the game to be afraid to throw no deep ball. This ain't the game. You got to let that thing fly this game. This is not a game for second guessing yourself. This will not be a game for second guessing yourself and not understanding, and two, not understanding the speed of who you playing. You can take it or leave it, but Alabama's speed, it's going to be noticeable. It's going to be a noticeable difference from pretty much every other team we've played this year, besides maybe Penn State. And what I'm speaking on with that is as far as edge rusher speed. So if JJ's trying to get away from somebody or something, you ain't gonna have all that time to get away a lot of the times. If you're trying to run away from one of these edge rushers, you better make a decision. So you're gonna have to make decisions and be decisive. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna be coming for you. They're gonna be coming. Similar to Penn State. JJ was trying to run away, and I know JJ was like injured. Thank God that he'll actually have. He actually should be back to 100% by the time this game is played. Because I don't think JJ hasn't been 100% running it for I can't remember what game that was, but it's been about half of the year. So we'll finally get to see him back 100% healthy. Knock on wood. You know, but the big thing is the offensive line has time to gel now. With Trente coming in, and all those Zinter being out, you know, the reshuffling of the offensive line. Now these guys got time to get healthy and to actually gel together. Donovan's got time to actually hopefully get his vision and everything on point. You know what I'm saying? All these guys got time to iron out kinks, to get better. You got a whole month. You got a month to get better, get synced up, and to focus in on the goal of winning a championship. Focusing in on Bama, focusing in on everybody picking against you. I had an Ohio State fan, he tried to tell me, how is Michigan gonna be the underdog? They're the favorite. Bro, like, come on. I know you're an Ohio State fan, but come on, bro. By the time this game is played, Michigan was a 1-point favorite at that time. That was a week ago. By the time this game is played, Bama will be the favorite. And literally everybody in the media, all the fan bases, everybody is picking against Michigan. The only people that are picking Michigan are Michigan fans. So don't get it twisted. Michigan is the #1 team, but Michigan will not be the favorite when this game is played. Nobody will be picking Michigan. Michigan will be the underdog. That's just a fact. Now, the good thing about that is you got the chance to prove, you got the chance to punch them in the mouth because nobody will be picking you. You got the chance to use that as fuel to your fire that we about to. Y'all rolling tide. I've been steaming waiting to hit y'all. That's the mentality you got to have, that you need. I've been steaming. I've been waiting a month to get at you. You tied. I've been waiting a month. I can't wait to hit you. To me, the disrespect from 2 years, the disrespect that you've gotten from the SEC, Ohio State, oh, it's Alabama. You should be playing, especially defense, the defense as a whole, angry. Offensive line, angry. Running backs, angry. Receivers, when they're blocking, angry. This team as a whole should be playing angry and ready to rip the Roll Tide's head off. I see no reason why they shouldn't be foaming at the mouth, ready to knock these dudes out. Because we getting disrespected. You're getting disrespected by everybody for a team that should have lost to Auburn. Had plenty phantom calls just to beat Georgia. And Georgia was injured. That's neither here nor there. But if I'm a Michigan player, boy, I can't wait. Woo, I can't wait. I'm gonna show the country, I'm gonna show everybody, and I'm gonna show you, Nick Saban. I'm gonna show everybody. I'm steaming. I can't wait to play this game. But it takes a passion and an anger. You have to play angry. You have to play angry. Not angry in the fact that we're gonna make stupid mistakes. Angry in the fact that I'm giving you 110% every play. It's an anger and it's a fire and it's a passion. It's hard to explain if you haven't played. But those that have played, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a stupid angry where we're gonna make mistakes because we're out of control. No, it's an anger that we've been disrespected by everybody, and we're out here to prove and show that we the number one team. We the number one team. We the team that ain't trailed in the second half. We the team that's been to 3 straight playoffs. We the team that's won the Big Ten 3 times straight through the last 3 years. We the team. So we gonna show y'all today. Oh, they got all them 5-star. Okay. That's cute. Snap that ball. Snap that ball. I can't wait to knock you out. Woo, I can't wait for my shot. I can't wait for my shot. I'm steaming. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. But that's how you got to play. That's how you got to be. I can't wait to hit y'all. Got me ready to put the pads back on. I can't wait to hit you. You know? You got to be angry. You should be angry the way you get disrespected in the media. You should be angry the way the media on YouTube, Facebook, all these fan bases are disrespecting you. You should be angry and ready to rip their head off. Ain't no excuse. The excuses are gone. This ain't a generational Georgia team. This ain't a super underdog TCU team that shouldn't have been there. Nah, this a Alabama team that's, yeah, they clicking at the right time, but they ain't that good. They ain't that good. Show them they don't belong, because they gonna try to show us we don't belong. Nah, show them that we've been here. We've been here the last 3 years. Y'all been in and out. Show them that they don't belong no more. Y'all scraped together a good season with miraculous plays and all that. Boy, we've been on cruise control. Show them they don't belong. They don't belong no more. That's what has to happen. You got to play with a passion and an anger that to show Bama, y'all ain't that. With execution, you know. But you got to have that passion and that hunger. Let them have it, for real. For real. You got to play with that anger and a passion. What was that Georgia drill for? What was all that Georgia drill stuff for? You got to come out and be physical in this one. And I'm talking about physical to that Ohio State physicality. That was just a taste. Take it up another notch. Take it up another notch. I'm talking about physicality. Impose your will on them. That's what has to be done. Because they're the SEC. They think they're gonna be able to just do whatever the heck they want against a Big Ten team. No, come out and hit these boys in the mouth and be physical, fast, and show them they don't belong. I done went the wrong way. Because they think this is the Alabama Invitational. I ain't see Alabama in there last year. Did y'all? They was at home. They was at home. Am I lying? It's time to show them. You got to come with it. See what y'all seeing. What up? I'm stopped with somebody. You driving and looking at the facts. I want this win bad, bro, because literally everybody is picking against Michigan. Ohio State fans are jumping on the Roll Tide. I've never seen so many Ohio State fans talking about Roll Tide now. I'm on Ohio State podcast, and they in there talking about some Roll Tide. Are you kidding me? Pathetic. Yeah, they talking about some Roll Tide. Like, bro, are you really? Yeah, Ohio State fans, they want Bama to beat us. The SEC, they just expect they gonna roll us. They expect this gonna get ugly from the kick, from the opening kick. It's gonna be ugly. That's what they expect. And then the college football world, unless you don't like Alabama, they expecting Alabama to roll us. That's the expectation. So the players have to internalize that. They have to. If the players don't internalize that and turn it into fuel for their fire, they might prove everybody right. You guys to play with anger in this one. You just getting too disrespected. I'm just gonna be 100. You getting disrespected too much to not internalize this disrespect. It's just out of hand this time. Like we real deal getting disrespected out here. You guys to play with a passion and a fire. And honestly, you can play like that on defense as long as you're not doing stupid stuff. On defense, you can play like that. That's how the best defenses play. So that ain't a worry. You know what I'm saying? On defense, ain't no excuse for you to be flying around and trying to knock people's heads in, because that's what you can do on defense. You know what I'm saying? Do your job, but when you get your shot, you take it. You know what I'm saying? Offensive line, defensive line, they can play like that. Running backs, Blake, Donovan, y'all getting disrespected. You come out there and you show them. You show them. Play with that fire, that passion, and that anger. Ain't no excuse, bro. Ain't no excuse this year. This ain't no generational Bama team. Nah, y'all ain't that. Show them. This ain't no underdog TCU team coming in there hungry like some dogs. This ain't that. Show them. This a Bama team that thinks they supposed to get a championship ring if they go to Bama. A lot of these dudes, they ain't got one. So it's my turn to get a ring. Nah, brother, you leaving Bama just like these Ohio State players. No gold pants for you. No ring for you, Bama player. Not this time. You ain't getting it this time. Wrong year, wrong team, wrong opponent. Fuck out of here. Yeah, they trying to set it up for him to get his last dance ring. Yeah, they trying to set it up for him to get his last ring. But how you stop that if the refs or all that, you got to come out and play with a passion and execute. So it's just they can't do nothing. The refs can't save you if you out execute and you really just consistently balling. They can't save you really. They can, but it's hard. It makes it much harder. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'm in my stop, so I'm gonna get off of here. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.